Here to discuss is the inspiration behind the wrestling legend's name and friend of Hulk Hogan's, actor and retired bodybuilder Lou Ferrigno. Good morning to you, Lou.
Good morning. How are you guys doing over there?
Good morning. Well, we're sad to hear this news as he was a friend of the show, just like you are. Both of you, part of our childhoods, and everyone around the country, whether or not they followed bodybuilding or wrestling, know the both of you. And what was your friendship like? How long have you known him?
Probably 40 years. I remember watching him on TV before he became a megastar. I just see him wrestling in the ring. He was just outstanding with everyone. And especially the way he carried his charisma and the way he moved, the way he basically embraced the crowd. I've never seen a wrestler that would move the crowd like he did, especially you could feel the energy. When he walked in, it was like seeing Moses.
Lou, he took special time with all of the fans. He loved his fans so much. Tell us about the last conversation you had with the Hulk.
The last conversation, I think it was about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I did a signing with him in Buffalo, New York. And then he said to me, I can't stand for long because he said my back feels like it's on fire because he had a lot of pain from the back surgery. But he was so genuine with the fans and so kind. Every single person, I've never seen him be rude or be obnoxious or to be unfriendly. But I could feel the vibe with him. He was a sweet, gentle man, especially what impressed me the most about him was a very intelligent man. Where people thought he was like a big cake all these years. Because people have this stigma about the wrestler. But he was a very educated man. As a matter of fact, he used to play the trumpet. He used to be part of a band. And he had a heck of a life.
So tell me about the name Hulk. He says you were the inspiration behind it. Could you describe it? Was he a person that was equipped to carry the Hulk mantle?
Well, the Hulk name, because I know Vince McMahon gave him the Hulk name because the Incredible Hulk was so famous. But he always said, but he was actually the Incredible Hulk of wrestling. There's no one like him. You'll never see anybody like him again. That's why in my situation, being the Hulk myself in the series, but he was a Hogan's own version. And I love the name Hulk Hogan. That's the name they came up with because he was Hulk Hogan.
Lou, any stories that come to mind that you can share with the audience?
Yes, I would see him in Gold's Gym. The funny thing is that when sometimes we trained together, we would talk about our injuries. Like, for example, knee replacement, hip replacement. I mean, he's a pretty open guy. He used to say, hey, brother, hang in there. Come on, brother. I used to love when he say brother because it just makes me chuckle because the fact that you feel you connect with him. He's an honest guy. He didn't have anything he held back because he talked openly about himself, how he felt. And especially when I get to know his kid, Brooke and Nick Hogan, and I enjoy being with them, especially over the years that I see him from time to time. I can see that the fact that he carry on that image, even when he close to 70.
So, Lou, tell us what this loss does for the entertainment world, especially when it comes to wrestling, bodybuilding. Everyone knew the Hulk. Everybody wanted to be like Hulk Hogan.
I mean, as far as the loss, I was literally just shocked because I expected at the age of 71, but especially that it's sad to see him because he was enjoying his last chapter. He got married against this beautiful woman, this beautiful bride. I could see that. I'd never seen him so happy, especially the photos of the wedding. And I said to myself, God bless him, because especially all the obstacles, all the path he had to go on, especially with the different lawsuits he had to deal with, especially he was a fighter. And there was no one like him, especially that he was very driven, very positive, and he was a very smart man. And talking to him, I learned a lot from him, just being with him.
Lou Ferrigno, thanks so much for your reflections. He passed away way too young at 71, and I think we all agree on that. Lou Ferrigno, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lou.
My pleasure. God bless you all.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.